Wrong.
Hey,
This
everybody.
is so cute.
Uh, as you may know, we are Dicey Decisions. And tonight, it's beginning to look a little bit dicey. We've got our holiday one shot led by the beautifully handsome myself and some special guests here. We have Brandy reprising her role as Kaleri. We have John coming back as the magnanimous Magonius. We have Sean smiling as Kid. We have Amanda coming in as Ashrina. And for once, our DM gets to play, and he will be joining us as Simon, who you may recall is the shopkeeper at Gilmore's Glorious Goods. And tonight we're going to gather around the hearth, and we're going to talk about Winter's Crest, the festival in Taldore that celebrates the time when the plane between the Feywild and the prime material is thinnest during the equinox. And Tarlin has invited his friends, his compatriots, his allies to come decorate the bright vagabond and share a drink, maybe exchange some gifts, and get to what the Winter's Crest Festival is all about. So, we're going to begin our evening. You've all accepted invites to the Bright Vagabond for a Winter's Crest Festival, for a bountiful feast, a private event. And Tarlin, expresses in the invitation that it would mean a lot if he could see you all and share a drink and share memories. So as you're gathered around this long table in the Bright Vagabond, a fire in the hearth, candles on the windowsills, and ribbons hanging from the doors, Tarlin looks around at each of you. It's really, really nice to see all of you, and it means a lot. Winter's Crest was really important in my family, and I know a lot of you, just traveling with you, I've learned that, not a lot of you have family, or dislike your family, or in some cases, I think some of you have murdered your family, but Winter's Crest is about family, and I wanted to be that family for you. And there's a few traditions that we had back in the Hillspark home, and I was hoping to share them with you. And the first was we would go around the table and say, what Winter's Crest really means to you. I know that it's the victory over Erevan the Rime Lord, blah, 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 Tal'Dorei's history. You know that. What I'm interested in is what does it mean? What does it mean to Simon? Simon, what does Winter's Crest mean to you?
Well, usually it means a whole lot of work as people are buying gifts and the shop is open extra hours. So it's really kind of tiring. But you do see a lot of joy. You see a lot of happiness on people's faces. So I guess that's kind of cool. I'm just really tired.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you could come out here and relax.
Well,
You got the time off.
I did, and I appreciate the invite. I really was kind of shocked. I didn't realize. I mean, I know Ashrina said she's my best friend and all, but I didn't know you actually were anything more than a customer, Tarlin. So I appreciate this.
Oh, I give a lot of people the wrong opinion. Apparently, I have one of those faces or attitudes or demeanors. I'm not sure. But thank you for coming, and please eat and drink as much as you'd like. It's really good to see you, and I'm glad you get to relax.
Yeah.
Ashrina, I've spent a couple Winter's Crest with you. Uh, what does that mean? What does Winter's Crest mean to you? Just share it with them.
Oh, well, now that my dad's not beating on us and is out of the picture, Uh, don't laugh, Simon. That's rude.
That's Scott laughing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry.
Uh,
Kids. Oh, kids. Ugh.
I'll pull it together. I'll get in character. Give me a second.
uh,
See the violence inherent in the system.
it's been really nice to just have like a place to sit down with, my mom and enjoy some spice ciders made with our delightful apples. It's kind of nice not to have to make apple pie during the holidays.
Yes. I wonder what that's like.
Well, you should ask Esquire.
I sent him home. He deserves a break with his family as well.
Oh,
Kaleri,
very nice.
it's been a while since I've seen you. What does Winter's Crest mean to you? What does Winter's Crest look like in a library?
Like there's no people and I have time to read and nobody's bothering me with stupid requests, but I need to clear something up. I thought this was the Tusk Love Book Club. That's not what we're doing tonight.
That's later.
Okay. Put my book away.
Wait. You've read Tusk Love?
Sir, your chapter, you checked it out and you haven't returned it yet. Young man.
That is correct. I am not finished with it.
But because it is quiet and people are out shopping and doing things, it means that I have more time to read what I want to read and to procure more books for the library.
That's sweet. Kid, I know you probably don't. Have you ever had a Winter's Crest feast?
No, no, I don't really mean to bring the mood down, but Winter's Crest usually just means longer nights, which is good in my line of work, I suppose. Mostly it's
Okay.
watching a lot of other people in warm houses, having fun. It looks nice, so here I am.
You're in a warm house now.
And Magonius, it's been a while since I've seen you. Hopefully, you don't burn this building down. But how's
Good one.
Winter's Crest for the magnanimous?
Oh, well, in recent years, it hasn't been as magnanimous as I'd hoped. In years past, our little farming village would come together and roast a pig and get all merry. But ever since I moved into the city, I spend the Winter's Crest working for my job, of course, as a scribe. Of course, because they need me, and I'm valuable to them, and they trust me. And I spend my days riding away with Hoodles, my owl friend, who's definitely my friend, that is. But I'm so glad to be here, because you have counted me amongst your friends, and that means I have friends. Yes.
Indeed. Well, I will say it's really glad. I'm really glad to see you all, and I know it's been a difficult time for a lot of people, and I've made some really good new friends. But what Winter's Crest means to me most is a story that my mom used to tell me every Winter's Crest Eve about Old Man Winter and the balance of power in the Feywild between Old Man Winter and an evil spirit known as Krampus. And Old Man Winter brings gifts on Winter's Crest to all the good-behaved children. And that balance of power was shifting one year. And as we sit here and enjoy this delicious meal prepared by Ashrina's mom, I'd like to tell you that story as it was told to me when I was a young child. So please, get yourself some food, pour yourself some more wine, and let's hear the story of Old Man Winter.
So Simon will pull out some tools and unroll like a pouch, a satchel full of tools in front of him. Pull out of his apron, pull out a few blocks of wood, and he's going to begin whittling while you're telling this story.
Very cool.
I grab my notebook because I need to take notes.
On Winter's Crest Eve, many years ago, when the veil was thinnest, a small gnome appeared in a forest crossing to some adventurers. Those adventurers saw this small gnome in his bright green hat with a shock, and he looked up at them, said, "You're from the Prime Material Plane, aren't you? I need your help." He stared at you all in the eye, those adventurers, who looked suspiciously just like you. "I need your help. Winter's Crest is in danger. Please follow me." And as you take in the scents and the smells and the taste of Winter's Crest, you find your mind drifting. And it's you standing there in front of this gnome in this forest covered in snow. And he's waving you towards a large oak door, or a large door in a large oak tree. "Please, you have to help me."
Well, that sounds perfectly reasonable and normal. So absolutely, I'm ready to help.
Well, if my friend thinks it's reasonable, then I shall go as well.
Wait,
It's-
where did the tavern go?
There's
Simon, it's a story.
And,
Yeah,
and
but
it's completely
I was-
unreasonable.
I was sitting in a tavern and whittling gifts, and now I'm out in the cold?
this one's
Yeah.
had too much nog. Ha ha ha! Follow me.
I'm
Shrina's just
confused.
gonna like loop her arm through Simon's and like drag him along.
Are we in the Feywild?
Hi, my name's Vanilla Cake. What's your name?
Vanilla cake?
No, that's my name.
Walked right into that one.
I mean, that's not a name. That's a dessert.
Well, that's very rude. What's your name?
Simon?
Well, Cinnamon, I'm Vanilla Cake, and you're Cinnamon.
No, I'm Simon.
That's what I said.
Ooh, cinnamon.
Cinnamon, can you introduce me to your friends?
Well, that's Ashrina. She's my best friend.
Oh. Well, she does look all a glitter. Well, a glitter, who's that next to you?
Oh, that's Magonius.
Hello, I am Magonius McGungle, the Magnanimous,
Mistletoe?
or yet to be. course.
Mistletoe? We haven't had a mistletoe here in years.
Oh, mistletoe! How delightful and exciting! You may refer to me as such, my friends.
Well, of course, that's your name.
Isn't mistletoe the thing you kiss?
Underneath.
Oh.
Please do not kiss under me. That would be weird.
Mistletoe, who's that very lovely lady next to you?
Oh, why, that is Kaliri.
Candy cane. I love her. And who's the shy one?
That's Kid.
Hi, kid. Follow me.
All right, we're
So
going
he
into
opens this giant door in this what looks to be the size of a redwood. And inside, as the adventurers opened the carved door, they were shortly blinded by a coming from the inside. Then they saw a 40-foot tall pine tree adorned with colorful magical flames, precious ribbons, and many metallic ornaments hanging from its branches. A fireplace warmed the place, which was clearly bigger than what it appeared to be from the outside. Stairs climbed up into balconies, which in turn led to many different doors. A slide descending from a hole in the ceiling ended right at the top of a massive sack filled with wrapped gifts. Many merry gnomes, dressed with colorful clothes, ran towards the adventurers. They were so happy of receiving visitors.
What is this place?
Oh, you've never been? This is Old Man Winter's factory. We live here, we work here.
Do you get
Is it-
paid?
No. Why would we get paid?
To live?
Are you allowed to leave? Blink twice if you need help.
Vanilla Cake, what's going on? It's okay, Honey Milk.
Honey.
They're from the Prime Material plane. Oh! They're adventurers! Are they gonna help us with our... And she winks really big. Problem?
As Shrina, that looked like a blink to me.
I think that was a
I think it was only one blink, though.
only one.
You said blink twice.
That's true. Okay. Watch. It might be a slow blink. I don't know.
I'll keep my eye out.
Yeah, you watch out. You watch for them, Simon.
Okay. I'm not real
Cinnamon, what's
perceptive.
going on? Are you the leader, Cinnamon?
No. No.
Who would be the leader of your adventuring group?
I look directly at Ashrina, and I raise my hand and I point to Ashrina.
Okay, a glitter, it's up to you. We have
Yay,
vi-
go
Yes,
glitter!
We have very
It's
important
up to
business
you.
to take care of, but
Choose wisely.
what's that? Do you hear that? And they all tilt their ear with a big smile. Then the adventurers heard the sound of some bells, followed by the creaking wooden floor under the footsteps of someone approaching the room. This heavy man appeared to be a chubby old human, but with elven ears. Yet there was something about him that made them believe that he is more than just a simple mortal. This jolly white-bearded old man was wearing a red coat with white fur and a rope belt. When he saw the adventurers, he laughed with a deep voice. Ho, ho, ho! Who have we
Simon.
here?
I push Simon behind me. Who are you?
Oh, why, I'm Old Man Winter. I know who you are, Ashrina.
This is your place?
Indeed.
Oh, I would really like for you to come talk to my boss, because if he could have a place that's bigger on the inside than on the outside, I'm sure he'd really appreciate that. It would save money on storage.
Indeed, he should look into opening up a branch in the Feywild. Now, you must excuse me, I'm very busy on this Winter's Crest Eve. But please, join me for dinner. We'll have a Winter's Crest feast, and then we'll get to important matters. And
I am hungry.
puts his finger on the side of his nose and wiggles his nose, and he vanishes.
Oh, wow! A wizard!
I
How
thought we were-
glorious!
I thought we were having dinner. What happened?
Oh, well, dinner's not for another hour or so. So if you'd like, you could explore the workshop. There are hot chocolate saunas that are to die for.
That
Do
sounds
you have any books?
icky.
We have a library.
Where?
Oh, you'll find it.
I probably will.
That sounds
Give me
ominous.
insight checks on that one.
uh,
Uh,
I didn't even open Fantasy Grounds yet. Oops.
Hold on.
I
Inside.
rolled. Simon rolled a 6, so he got a 5.
This is why Simon believes everything I say.
Simon has an 8
12.
wisdom.
12 for Ted.
I rolled an 11.
Is Simon a wizard?
Nope. You'll see.
I bet.
I got a 15 on the die. I don't know what my insight is, though, and my stupid thing is loading.
I got a 13.
Ashrina, the way that he said, "Oh, you'll find it," leads you to believe that there's no structure to this building.
Oh, is it
There's
like one of these
many-
kind of places where you just think about it and it appears?
Kinda. Some of us have been here so long that we just kind of know the way around, but just explore. Nothing in here can hurt you.
When he
Are there
says-
any doors that make me go somewhere I don't want to go?
Where don't you want to go?
Well, I don't want to leave all of you guys. If I open a door, I just don't want to open the wrong door.
Oh, don't worry. There's no door here that'll let you out.
Well, that's comforting.
Blink twice if you're being held hostage.
I look at Ashrina and blink.
We have reindeer. Why would we be hostages?
Those
a
two
reindeer?
things are. I don't know that they're mutually exclusive.
Kid, have you seen a reindeer before?
I think I saw one in a book once.
Well, there's reindeer stables. You can. I think it's right now. It's that door over. Oh no, it just moved. It's that one over there.
We should keep Magonius away from the stables.
Yes.
Does magic work normally here?
Define normally.
Well, am I allowed?
Oh.
Am I allowed to practice magic?
Sure. Why not? Why wouldn't you?
Okay, great. So I will pull out some what look to be tinkerer's tools.
Where do you pull them out from?
There's inside of his vest. He has and robes. He has pouches and pockets full of different kind of tools.
Like a
Okay.
fisherman's vest?
Kind
As
of,
soon-
yeah.
As soon as you reach into your jacket, 3 of the gnomes are basically all up in your business, going, "What you got? What's in there?
Oh,
Is
well,
it bigger on the inside?"
it's not bigger on the inside, but I do have a lot of pouches. It's kind of cool. See, these are my tinkerer's tools, and these are my alchemical agents, and these are my wood carver's tools, and what else do I have in here? These are my sneaking around thieves tools.
You'd be really good in the toy factory. You should go to the toy factory.
You have a
It's
factory? His
I think
eyes
it's
just
that.
light up.
Nope. Okay, it's past the reindeer stables, 4th door on the right.
Ashrina, can we go to the factory, please? Can we go to the factory?
Are you gonna
Wherever
make me
we go,
something?
we need to go together wherever we go.
What? It's not.
How about-
dangerous here?
How about we go toy factory, reindeer stables? Magonius No Fire, and then the
Aw.
library.
I can wait.
What about all the other rooms?
What other rooms are there?
Well, there's this one, which is the lobby, and then there's the candy gardens, the dinner room. Well, you'll see the dinner room at dinner time. The hot chocolate springs, the library, of course. The mailing room where we get all the letters to Old Man Winter. The reindeer stables, the slide where the toys come down. That's my favorite. And the toy factory and the training room.
Training room.
Training room.
Mm-hmm.
What are you training for?
Oh, we train for all sorts of things. There's our pact with the Old Man Winter. There's toy factory. There's how to control people's dreams in the dark delirium.
Did you just say
Wait.
you're packed with Old Man Winters? Are you all a bunch of little warlocks?
We don't use that term here.
What term do you use?
Elves.
Aha! Very
What,
cool.
aren't you gnomes?
Well, we're not elves as in the race of elves. We're elves as in the warlocks of Old Man Winter, called the elves.
Do actual elves get offended?
They're not allowed to be elves. You can't be an elf.
I'm half.
Oh.
Well, then
So
you can't.
I
We
probably
can't
won't be
have
an
a half elf either, because then you would be a 3/4 elf, and I don't think that's allowed.
This is all
So-
very confusing.
So is Old Man Winter your patron?
Yes.
No.
Is
Okay.
he nice?
This is both exciting and terrifying at the same time.
He's
It
the nicest.
is.
He's the nicest person ever. Do you know the story of Old Man Winter?
No.
No.
Do you
I
want
assume
to?
you're going to tell us.
Well, only if you want to know the story. I don't. You know, you always should get consent.
Is this better told while having a hot chocolate?
Oh my gosh, yes! Oh, Honey Pot, get us some hot chocolate! Or do you want to go to the Hot Chocolate Springs? We can have hot chocolate while in hot chocolate.
That's how you. No. That's how
No.
you get sick.
That's sticky.
It sounds fun.
What's wrong with sticky?
Getting sticky is no matter, for I have the spell Prestidigitation.
Wow!
That's handy.
You know a cantrip?
Yes, I do. I know many a cantrips. Would you like to see Firebolt?
No.
Fire.
No.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the story, but then you have to go explore. Will you promise me that you'll explore the workshop?
Could we like walk and talk?
Sure. Pick a door.
Aren't we gonna go to the
Toy shop.
Okay.
I think the right answer is, and Kid just kind of points at a random door. That one.
Oh, that one? Sean, roll me 2d4.
Great.
I need the values separately, though.
4 and 1.
Okay? They do not match, so now I need you to roll me a d10.
oh
4.
Okay, so you point to a door, and he excitedly leads you up. He goes, well, Old Man Winter is a very ancient fey being, and he's the enemy of Krampus, who is also a very ancient fey being. And long ago, they made a deal. You see, Old Man Winter believes that the best way to keep kids out of trouble is to reward them for being good. And mean old Krampus believes that the only way to make children behave is to punish them when they misbehave. And, well, the deal was, and he opens the door, and inside, as the adventurers approach this room, A helper wrapped in a towel stepped out, leaving a hot cloud behind him, dripping hot chocolate.
Hmm.
Oh! We seem to have found the spring. How convenient!
Hooray!
He immediately just pulls off his onesie and dives into the hot chocolate.
What was seen cannot be unseen.
Cleary, you read Tusk Love.
Yes. And there is that chapter about the chocolate, but I know.
Well, you know what they say. When in the Feywilds, do as the Fey. And Magonia starts stripping.
Excellent, excellent.
Chocolate-
We'll finish the story.
Chocolate's an outside thing.
So does Magonius get into the hot chocolate spring?
Yes.
Getting into the spring is just as disgusting as it sounds. It's, we're not talking hot chocolate like instant stirred up hot chocolate, very liquidy. We're talking slightly viscous, melty chocolate, and it gets all over you, but you feel the warmth of Winter's Crest enter your body. And 3 times, you may cast the Charm Person spell without any components and without using spell slots. As you have the true blessing of Christmas time, or Winter's Crest time.
Now roll a Constitution check for UTI.
For
So anyway, as I was saying,
coli infection.
Yeah.
they,
Does it?
they had this agreement that whoever was good, had the most good by the end of the year, they would be in control of Winter's Crest. So, Old Man Winter has been in control of Winter's Crest for, let's see here, since the beginning of time.
Okay.
But this year we have a problem.
What's the problem?
We think that Krampus might win.
Oh.
Why?
Well, it's difficult to explain. You see, there's this gnome by the name of Ebenezer Scrooge. And he's causing a singularity in the Feywild with all of his negativity. And all the bad energy is focusing on him, and it's making Krampus so much stronger. And us helpers are very, very afraid that if Old Man Winter isn't in control of Winter's Crest, what's going to happen to us? Are we going to have to be... Is our pact going to transfer? I don't want to hurt people, but Krampus hurts people. That's
So
why...
your pact would transfer to Krampus?
Well, yeah, our pact isn't actually for Old Man Winter or for Krampus. We're kind of like warlocks of Winter's Crest.
So,
Mm.
if your pact transferred and you worked for Krampus, what would you be instead of elves?
I think he called us imps one time.
Oh.
Anyway, and he steps out of the hot spring, and the chocolate is just sloughing off of him.
Oh.
And it's dripping, and he just takes a towel and shakes his little gnome butt in it. And yeah, the towel instantly becomes brown with chocolate. He's like, so refreshing. And he takes a finger and rubs it up his body and just... fresh.
Don't like that.
Simon, I'm gonna be sick.
Oh.
I thought
the
I
E.
wanted hot
coli.
chocolate. I do not want hot chocolate.
And Honeypot comes in with a plate of hot chocolate for everybody, steaming.
Where do you get your hot chocolate from to drink?
Oh, we make it in the kitchens.
Not from here.
No,
Okay.
this isn't drinking chocolate. This is bathing chocolate.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Is the sugar removed out of the bathing chocolate?
Why would you do that? He looks so offended.
So it doesn't burn when you pee?
Oh, we don't pee.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
wait.
I do.
You better start prestidigitating, McCogan.
Yeah, he gets out and he and it just
Simon's curiosity gets the better of him, and he reaches down with a little empty vial and fills it with some bathing chocolate. Stoppers it up and labels it and puts it away in his vest.
Like,
So as you're labeling it, the chocolate just sparkles and vanishes.
Aww.
He was going to try and sell it on the black market as gnome bathwater.
No, I wasn't going to sell it. I just wanted to investigate
A lot
it
easier
some.
ways to get that.
Well, you know how when you're a small child on the prime material plane and you get gifts from Old Man Winter, but you can never ever see him? There's a magic that doesn't let it be taken from here, and it knows your intent. So you can't take it. Nothing here will go with you.
Got it.
Even if you eat it?
That's why we don't pee.
He kind of slowly takes the ornament he'd palmed off the tree out of his pocket, and just puts it back on the tree.
Ashrina will lean over and just ask, "Can I touch you for a second?"
Me?
Yeah.
That's highly inappropriate, but wait, no. The naughty percentage is already high enough.
I wasn't talking inappropriately.
But I'm naked.
She just wants to hold your hand.
Hold my hand?
That's so serious. I just wanted to poke your arm.
She asked me.
I was trying
she asked me on
to
a
be
date
convincing.
once.
She's
Really?
very promiscuous.
That's why you checked out Tusk Love. Okay.
No,
What's a
that's
Tusk
not-
Love?
That's not why I checked out. No, but Ashrina does. Oh, never mind.
Should we go to the next room?
Yes.
I'm very concerned about your bodily functions, but yes, let's continue.
Well, since you're so concerned, why don't you open the door?
She'll
Where
open a door.
Where do you want to go?
I'm trying to take this guy to the toy shop.
That'd be great.
Okay. Roll 2d4.
Oh, 2 and a 4.
Okay, they don't match, so roll me a d10.
1.
You open the door and you're back into the lobby with the Christmas tree. Huh. I guess you wanted to go back to the lobby. Did you forget something?
My sanity.
You didn't forget that.
Okay.
Well-
Can I
ahead.
pick a door?
Of course.
I'm gonna find the door that looks like the most hidden or secretive. That
So
one.
you're trying to find the door that's in the corner of your eye that is out of the way.
Yes.
Roll me 2d4.
Okay. Hold on. No. There we go. A 4 and a 3.
Okay, now roll me a d10.
A
Oh,
1.
no.
So you open the door, and it's just a broom closet.
Okay. Okay.
You know what?
Someone else pick.
Why don't I
Great.
just guide you? Which room do you want to go to most? The candy garden?
No, the toy shop.
The reindeer stables?
The toy shop.
Fine, the toy
Okay.
shop.
We'll go to the toy factory. I hate going to work on my day off. He opens the door, and the sound of wood carving filled the room. Busy helpers ran all across the place, moving toys, art supplies, and wrap paper. They seem to be late for something. And they're all working at an incredible pace. Like, they're whittling toys in around 6 seconds. They have a full, like, reindeer wrapped and ready to go. And every once in a while, a tube from the ceiling drops a letter, and they open it, they scan it, and then they start working.
Can I help? This looks really exciting.
You need to be careful because they have a pact. They're warlocks. I don't know what that will do if you.
Sure, grab the next letter.
I grabbed the next letter.
You open it up, and it's this very poorly written note in crayon that is barely legible, but you get the words teddy bear on it.
Okay. It says teddy bear. I should make a teddy bear. Let me make a teddy bear.
Go ahead. The materials are out here. It's so nice to have a guest.
Would this be tinkerer's tools, woodcarver's tools?
Depends. How elaborate are you making, like a skeleton out of the wood? You describe what the teddy bear is.
So it looked like to me that the note was for a little child, young child. So I'm gonna make it out of probably some leather and softer materials. I might use like a wood base on the inside for a frame, but try to find some padding and make it soft and cuddly.
Okay. Give me a tinkerer's tool check, and you know what? You have advantage because you're wearing a Christmas shirt.
Excellent. I will roll my tinkerer's tool with advantage. I rolled a natural 20, which gives me a 30.
All right. So, you're a child of around the 80s. You know what a teddy ruxpin is, yes?
Oh, yes.
So you're putting together. It's taking you a bit longer. Like the other helpers are finishing 3, 4, 5 gifts in the time it's taking you to make this. But you do note that time is different here, and you are working at a very unnatural pace. And you put together this teddy bear that is supremely soft to the touch, but also has a gear on the back that when you wind up, it talks. You managed to make a talking teddy bear.
I show it to whoever's there in line working. Is this good enough?
So the older, kind of foreman-looking one looks, and he's got this sour expression on his face. For a human. And he grabs it, and he wraps it really quickly and puts a bow on it and throws it in the slide, and it just slips down. Good job. Get out.
That was really well done.
Thanks. Why do I have to leave?
It's Winter's Crest Eve, and we don't have time for you to be making the presents in that pace.
Wish I knew. Wish I could cast haste on myself.
Give me perception checks.
No, you could just mail away for Winter's Crest presents. 14 on my perception.
16.
I rolled a 13.
13 for me as well.
Simon rolled an 18, so he got a 17.
So, all of you notice that the cups of hot chocolate on their desks have a device, kind of like it looks like a Keurig pouring a liquid into their drink, and it looks like it's being fed potions.
Aha! Drugs, of course.
They can't blink twice because they've been drugged.
So, as a master alchemist that I am, can I figure out what this is?
Sure. Give me an alchemy tools check.
Now this is drinking chocolate.
I got an 18 on my alchemy tools.
You're incorrect, Sean. It's dranken chocolate.
The hot chocolate is being infused with potions of speed.
Oh,
They're
that's
constantly
Speed.
hasted.
that's ingenious.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness, I have to take. Clear, you had a notebook earlier. Could you take notes for me?
I've been taking notes this whole time. I totally am.
Okay, because my boss is going to need to know about this.
Simon, if you guys weren't so expensive, if you gave us that discount, we could have had a potion of speed here.
That's right. We did have one of those.
We did, but you didn't want to. You were too expensive, and you didn't want to give us the best friend discount. Think about that next time.
Do you guys want to go down the slide?
Yes, I actually
Yes!
do.
Even
do,
kids
I've
sort of
never-
look excited at this point.
Is
I don't know that
safe?
I've ever been on a side.
More or less.
I do.
Go ahead.
Say for the most of the stuff I do every day. I'll definitely climb up there and
All right,
Slide
so
down.
you get to the top, and there's definitely a vacuum type suction going on. And as soon as you're at the top, I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh Lord.
Oh boy.
dex save.
23.
Woof. Only a 15. I rolled a 9.
So Ashrina gets to the top and feels the pull, and then just jumps in feet first and disappears into the darkness.
Whee!
Kind of wobbles a little bit, but then also jumps in, crosses his arms like a water slide, and just shoots down the tube.
I got a 12.
Kaleri takes one step up and falls face first, and the other two ahead of you just hear the rattling as she bounces across the tube, all the way down, taking
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
16 points of bludgeoning damage as you go down this
Ooh.
1 mile
Oh my
tube.
god.
Wow.
Cleary's dead.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Peconius.
Librarians weren't built for this.
Everybody.
Maconius is like terrified now.
Steps in after very warily, but slides down just normally,
Simon got a 17.
and Simon follows suit. And then Vanilla Cake does a little front flip and goes head first, diving in, sliding on his belly. And after a mile of twists and turns and what feels like a few loop-de-loops and spirals, you eventually are deposited back into the lobby, landing with a thud into the large Christmas sack. And all of you are squealing in delight, except Kaleri, who is rolling and comes out battered and bloodied, landing on her back.
As I see Kaleri like that, I immediately go into my vest and I start mixing alchemical agents, and I say, "Here, drink this."
Is this mother trucker an artificer?
Thank you.
And you get 11 points of healing from my healing word potion.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I should have warned you. The slide's a little rough the first go around.
I had a blast.
I thought it was fine, but
It's a doozy.
I guess Kaleri had a few.
She had too much hot chocolate.
That happens.
I'm just
You gotta watch
clumsy,
the
okay?
Blanken chocolate.
I never
So-
played sports.
I think we have time for 2 more rooms before dinner, and he looks up at this big clock that is suddenly there and reverberating through the room as it ticks ominously.
That's not good.
What's
Magonius, why don't you pick our next room?
Yeah.
Me? Ah,
Yeah.
We still
Are
have
you
the
sure?
library, the mailing room, the reindeer stables, and the training room.
Well, I am well versed in writing. Perhaps the mailing room would seem apt for me to choose. I suppose that is, of course.
Okay. So they quickly scan the room, and there's a gnome-sized door that they run towards and open up and say, "Come on in."
Ah, yes.
Ashrina
Let me
goes running in.
just.
Um, am I gonna fit?
Of course.
Okay.
Okay.
And as you approach the door, it keeps getting smaller.
I dive through because I'm so graceful.
You slide right through.
Okay.
It seems to be based off the confidence you have in getting through the door.
Okay.
Nice.
So those
I'm
of you
very
that are
nimble,
worried, the
so-
door just keeps getting smaller and smaller until you get to it and you get one finger in and you feel a small hand grab your finger and yank you through the door.
Oh, that's
Okay.
the weirdest thing in the world.
Thousands of letters flew throughout this room, which was surrounded
Don't-
by
don't-
dull gray walls. The
Don't
helpers
tempt me,
working
Simon.
here. The helpers working here were gathering letters into bags and moving them from one huge pile in the center to 2 other small piles. Colored papers hang from a balcony. The papers on the left were green, while the ones on the right were red. There seemed to be slightly more red than green papers.
Here's where fire might come in handy.
Okay. Let's stop talking about ideas that have involve flames.
Oh, please don't set this on fire.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
This is actually where my primary duties are. And he pulls out this large book. And on the front, it says N and N. And he opens it up and it's like, let's see here. Candy cane. You're on the nice list.
Yay! I don't go
Wow.
anywhere.
I'm trying.
Well-
I'm trying to peek over his shoulder.
It is completely illegible.
Is it
Let's see
written
here.
in Gnomish?
Negative.
Damn.
Is it?
It's in Elvish.
It's in Elvish.
It's an Elvish, but not Elvish.
Not the half
Elfish.
Elvish or 3/4
Not
Elvish, but
Elvish.
like Elfish. Right.
Not in celestial
Third
or infernal.
Third base.
So, what we do here is we get the letters, and we open the letters, and we read the letters, and we determine who's naughty and who's nice. And the naughty ones get green checks, and the nice ones get green checks, and the naughty ones get red checks. And right now, the red checks are beating the green checks, and that's bad. That's never happened before, and that's why I need your help.
Wouldn't it make more sense if instead of red checks they were red X's?
That
Write
would
that
make
down.
sorting a lot easier.
Write that down. That's a good idea.
I did
Ashrina's
get
gonna lean
promoted.
Ooh.
Yes, I was promoted to senior scribe after our escapades last time.
Ah, very proud of you.
Congratulations.
Wait,
We
Thank
should
you.
tell this.
you hung out with these guys before?
Yeah.
Yes, we're friends now.
Oh, I see how it is. He looks at Ashrina.
Excuse me. I've given you the best dating advice of your life.
Still hasn't worked.
Listen, that sounds like user.
love.
Yeah. Sounds like user error.
Hmm.
You're welcome to come out on an adventure with us anytime.
We're not allowed to have relationships.
That makes
Oh.
sense, since you're not allowed to pee as well.
It's not
You
that
know-
we're not allowed to. It's just that we don't.
I feel like workplace relationships are probably a bad thing anyways.
That's generally true. But it has nothing to do with the workplace.
What does it have to do with?
Is it the pact?
Yeah. I can't
What
talk
is-
about it.
Oh.
Why not?
Oh.
I mean,
Well-
I understand. I have a pact too, so I mean, we can relate.
Wait,
You're an elf?
No,
She's an
but I
imp.
am a warlock.
Are you an imp?
No, I'm a librarian.
I look at her at her tieflingness, and I'm like, she's kind of an imp.
I nudge Simon in the ribs.
I'm
That's
just saying.
racist.
Can you have a pact to a library?
I don't have a pact with the library.
But you're a librarian.
I am. I have a pact with the unicorn, and I am tasked with trying to bring out the best in people.
Unicorns aren't real.
I'll talk to you later.
Sir,
Says
we're in the
man
Feywild.
standing in the Feywild talking to an elf. Yeah, I'm with you there, Ginger Snap.
Ginger Snap is my cousin. I'm Vanilla Cake.
Hey kid. Do you think
Yeah.
do you think we have red checks? I threatened that guy's parents.
I don't think I sent a letter, so I think we're okay.
Oh, I also didn't send a letter.
But I don't imagine we're in the good book this year. No,
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Too bad.
no.
Oh. I like you less and less, Vanilla Cake. You're kind of mean.
Well, we can't tell people who are on the naughty list that they're on the naughty list.
Oh, which means, but you could tell people who are on the good list that they're on the good list, which means that we're on the naughty list.
You've got to work on your system. That was really easy to figure out.
No, it's impossible. It's foolproof.
Am I on the good
Okay.
list?
Cinnamon. You are.
Oh no, kid! What did we do?
What about
think-
Ligonius?
I think you know.
That's okay. I do not need to know. I know I am on the magnanimous list.
Bagonius, you almost murdered a child in a barn.
I don't have a magnanimous list.
You set
What?
fire to so much.
But if you did, I would be on it, right?
I suppose,
Yes! Yes!
but you're definitely not on the nice list.
Oh no!
Oh.
I
'Cause
thought
you
weren't-
almost
I thought
murdered
you
all
weren't
those
supposed to
horses.
say.
No, I can.
Hmm.
Well, I can tell you that you're not on the nice list, but I can't tell you that you're on the naughty list.
I see.
Therefore, is
I'm
there
gonna
a
go out
way
on
to
a limb
correct
here
that?
and say that
Of course there is.
Does it involve not threatening parents anymore?
Couldn't hurt.
I think it could.
do we get a get out of coal free card if we help out with
You
this
know
grammar
about the
thing?
coal?
Sorry, should I not?
Kid knows a lot of things that people don't know.
Oh,
I'm a half elf.
oh, that's right. You told us you're a half elf. Wait a minute. Makes sense. Well, I have one more place I want to take you, and it's very important. And I think Candy Cane really wants to go there.
Library.
And he opens the door, and the library contained many unused and dusty books. What appeared to be most in use is a shelf containing colorful comics. A helper wearing a blue dress was standing behind a counter, while a brown-haired helper wearing a red sweater was browsing the comic books. Welcome to the library. My name is Warm Milk. How can I help you?
Do you have any Christmas smut?
I nudge Ashrina and say, "You are trying to get on the nice list, remember?"
Oh. Is
What?
Winter's Crest
What?
smut bad?
What? Winter's Crest smut?
That's not what she said. She said she would love to read any of your comic books about mud.
Right.
That's not what I heard.
Do you have a
but okay.
library card?
Oh, darling, I don't need a library card. I'm a librarian.
Oh, that's not how this library works.
How do we get one?
Sharina holds Kaleri back.
I am kind of stuck on new ideas for the toy factory. I'm kind of an idea person. It's kind of a big deal. If you can get me a good idea for a toy, I'll get you a library card.
Okay. A toy train.
What's a train?
A wagon train. A toy wagon.
Toy wagon train.
With
So, like, you would hook
person.
all the wagons together?
Yes.
Brilliant! And she reaches below the desk and pulls out what looks like a Pop-Tart with the word candy cane on it and hands it to you.
Come on. Make ideas. Let's go.
A wind-up bird that flies when you wind it up.
What color would it be?
Blue.
Brilliant! She hands you a blue frosted pastry with the word kid on it.
I'll only take a tiny nibble.
It tastes delicious.
Awesome.
What if you got a big metal ring and the stretchiest spider silk possible, and you just wrapped that metal ring all around with the spider silk so that you could jump on it? Like, really bouncy.
That sounds really dangerous. I like it.
Be really fun.
Okay. Well, a glitter, you can have a library card too. And she hands you a white encrusted with pearlescent sprinkles on it, and it says a glitter.
Sharina just eats some of the pearlescent, like, little baubles on top.
They're very sweet.
Crunchy?
Mm-hmm.
Aw, hell yeah.
So I have an idea for an item. It's something I've actually been working on, but I haven't figured out how to make it happen yet.
Better be my fucking fishing pole.
No, the boss thinks he's got that one figured out.
Oh!
This is for my friend Tarlin. He wants a good night's sleep. So maybe like a mask you could wear over your face that would give you pleasant, like, visual inspiration and cover your ears also and give you like soothing sounds. Is that a good idea?
It's an amazing idea, but it's a terrible toy.
Well, for kids, it could have like entertainment on it, like fun stories and learning lessons, alphabets and numbers.
Huh, an educational toy. I don't think any child's ever wished for one of those, but somehow they always seem to get them.
That's all I ever had
They're
as a kid.
necessary.
That's the only toys I was allowed to have as a kid. So
Oh, I'm so
Simon.
sorry.
ancient intelligence, 8 wisdom.
You can have 2 library cards. And he hands you 2 red frosted, or she hands you 2 red frosted pastries One says cinnamon, and the other one says sorry.
I eat the one that says sorry.
It's flavored cinnamon.
Excellent.
All right. I didn't have much toys growing up on the farm. But here is my idea, okay? Imagine yourself a cube. No, a sphere or cube sphere. A sphere and a cube together. And on that sphere cube, there is a button. And that button can do wondrous things, such as magic of the sort. And the magical thing could be sparks, or maybe it could light a flame, or
And with the
an even bigger
fire.
flame.
He meant lights. He meant dancing lights.
I'm not comfortable giving children fire.
Harmless dancing lights, not fire. Harmless dancing lights.
Harmless lights. You could put them in their bedroom, and they could project stars onto the ceiling.
Yes.
That's
That's what he
brilliant.
meant.
Magonius has no problem. Magonius has no problem giving children fire.
I don't see the problem. I grew up playing with fire myself.
Maconius, you blew up a rival gang.
So she
How
hands
many-
you a pastry, and it is burnt crispy on the bottom, and it says mistletoe across.
Nice.
Mmm, crispy.
Let's go browse the shelves.
So as you're browsing the shelves, all the books seem to be Winter's Crest themed, but you do notice that there is a particular helper standing there looking at the comics. Excuse me, newcomers? Excuse me,
Yes.
can you help me? I'm looking for a particular comic that I think will help in your upcoming adventure. I can't seem to find it.
Do you know the
Upcoming.
title or the publication date or the author?
I'm really good at finding things.
We don't organize them by that.
What is your organizational
We
system?
we we need to want it, huh?
Well, you want the book, and then you pull the book off the shelf.
I want the book.
Okay. Can you pull it off the shelf for me?
I'm gonna reach up and try to pull it off the shelf.
Roll me a d8.
They really need to get with the Allura decimal system.
Nice.
Bad joke. Don't laugh at that.
So, you pull off a comic book, then on the front is this magnificent mansion lit by lights. And there's a small human boy on the front with very blonde hair, and it's called My Little Angel. And flipping through it, you see that it's about a kid left alone on his home during Winter's Crest Eve, and he must defend it from thieves.
Is this the comic we wanted?
Oh, no, that's a very good one. He, towards the end, I don't know how the thieves survive. One of them gets hit by a paint can right in the face.
Oh, that had to hurt.
Yeah.
No, we're looking for a ghost story for Winter's Crest.
Okay. I'm gonna put it back on the shelf. Would anybody else like to try for it, or shall I try again?
Is there anything on these spines or anything that I can discern investigating these shelves?
Absolutely not.
It will just close his eyes and reach out and grab a comic book.
Sure, roll me a d8.
Super good. How's a 5?
So, 5, you pull out this comic book, and on the cover is a very large man dressed in an Old Man Winter outfit, holding what looks to be a doll. And flipping through it, you see that it's about a busy father who promises a gift to his kid, but forgets about it until the very last day. It's called Jingle Jingle.
Nice.
I'm having so
Not it
much
either,
fun.
huh?
No, that's a really good one. It was written about a barbarian that nobody thought could do that kind of story because he's not normally in those kinds of stories. He's normally in stories about, fighting bad guys and rage, and he's all muscles but it's very sweet.
Simon, why don't you try?
Yeah, I don't have a way to. I'm trying to make it more
I think
likely
you
for us to do this. I don't have
I
any.
think you have to want to find it. And I
really-
know you want to find it.
I really do want to find it. All right, I'll reach up and grab one.
Roll me a d8.
1.
All for the pun.
So, you pull out a dog-eared comic book that on the front says A Ghost Story for Winter's Crest.
This one has a ghost in it.
Oh, that's the one! It's the story of Scrooge McGoose, a grumpy old goose, and 4 ghosts that visit him at night.
I told you would get it.
Okay, this is important for us.
Well, yeah, don't you see? His name is the same name as the gnome who's grumpy, so...
But he's a goose in the comic.
Did you say 4 ghosts?
Indeed.
That's almost 5 ghosts.
Yet it's not.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
one more than 3.
I'm really
It
proud
is.
of y'all's math skills. It's those educational toys have really done their job.
I lean over to Ashrina. Ashrina, aren't wizards supposed to be really smart?
I don't know. He's the only wizard I know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the only wizard I know.
And as you hand the comic book to Jam Jar, the bell for dinner rings, and all the doors open to a 100-foot-long
Wait.
room.
I was, but can before we leave though, can I ask Jamjar why this comic is so dog-eared and well read? Like this is supposed to have never happened before, but if it's helpful now, who's been reading this book?
Well, it's really strange. So, the guy that is causing the negativity is named Scrooge, and his life is kind of paralleled in this comic book. So we think that this comic book is a prophecy. They actually all might be a prophecy.
I'm well versed in the prophetic seas.
Oh, do you know the one about the bugbear that stole Christmas?
No, but I am proficient in portents, so perhaps if you told me, I might know a thing or two.
But if I tell you, that's not you reading the future, that's... Unless you knew I was going to read you the future, in which case you did know it. Huh. Anyway, it's dinner time. But you'll love it. It's a bugbear that accidentally gets dyed green, and he's very upset about it. And he decides to steal everyone's Winter's Crest trees until the very end when he has some ham with a little girl, and for some reason it makes him happy.
I mean,
You should
ham is delicious.
you should workshop that synopsis a little bit more.
Yeah. Agreed.
Usually it is the lumberjacks that steal the trees. But it is a green bugbear this time. Truly fascinating.
Well, we don't have any stories about lumberjacks, but my favorite is the one called Life Hard. Oh, some people say it's not a Winter's Crest book, but it's my favorite Winter's Crest book. And it's about this guard, and he has to defend a wizard's tower from an attack during Winter's Crest Eve.
Let me guess, they're trying to steal something.
They are! At the very end, you'll never
Hackanami
guess what
Plaza.
happens.
Does he jump off the building?
He falls! He falls off the entire tower.
Wow.
Does he
he
die?
live?
Well, he doesn't, but I think there's a sequel where it might be his brother or cousin, comes back and they try and rob a bank. That one's not a Winter's Crest story.
But it's a
The
secret.
other one,
The tower was called Nakanomi Plaza, if I'm not mistaken, right?
You've read it!
I have read that one.
Nakanomi, yes.
I hate it here.
oh, let's eat. Let's eat.
This 100-foot long room contained a wooden table long enough for
You're
the
welcome.
hundreds of helpers that lived in the cabin. At the head of the table was a throne made of layers of cookies and chocolate. Behind it, a circular foggy window allowed them to see the cold forest outside. And Old
There's
Man
made of
Winter,
chocolate.
as he comes into the room, all the helpers start clapping and cheering, and he waves his hand, and the table fills with baked ham and roast chicken and roasted potatoes, gingerbread cookies, cinnamon rolls, apple pies, and fruit cake. Says, I hope you've all enjoyed your tour of the workshop.
It was
It's
interesting.
It's pretty amazing here.
Indeed. I'm so happy you like it. Did Jam Jar inform you of our little situation?
Yes.
and you're willing to help? We need the heart of mortals to solve this. The helpers don't have the right attitude.
I'm just a lowly clerk, sir. I don't know how much help I could be.
Your perspective.
I'm not really perspective.
I think we're willing to help.
Excellent. So, did you get a chance to see the training room?
No.
No.
Oh. Well, the crash course is, you see the hats that the helpers are wearing? They'll let you become invisible. And their little candy cane wands allow you to affect people's dreams. So you'll be going into the dreams of Scrooge and trying to influence his metaphysical state to change the outcome of Winter's Crest.
Excuse me 1 minute. Ashrina. That feels kind of invasive. We had conversations about this in the past about like
Yeah, but if the
boundaries
guy's
and
evil.
stuff. I mean,
What if the guy's evil?
It's like saving people from evil.
right, but I mean, like,
Yeah, so if you have a runaway cart and it's going to hit one person if you don't divert it, but it's going to hit 5 people if you do, right? You hit that one person. It's a classic problem.
Or if Ashrina was laying there passed out and evil was going to descend upon her, you would pick her up and move her. She didn't say you could, but you'd get her out of the way, right?
Suddenly, as you say that, all the candles blow out in the room as the window rattles open and the sound of chains and bells can be heard. The adventurers heard bells jingling, followed by a cold breeze coming through the window. This ghostly breeze materialized into a huge dark figure with goat horns and a sinister smile. Your time is almost over, Old Man Winter, and I'm tired of your inefficiency. And he points. The fearful creature pointed, and a bolt of dark energy hit Old Man Winter, transforming him into a solid chocolate statue. The helpers all begin screaming in the chaos as Krampus laughs and pushes Old Man Winter off the throne. And Jam Jar comes up to you and goes, "We need to run, fast!"
Let's go.
He takes you.
Sportsmanlike.
He takes
I'm
you
gonna-
through one of these shrinking doors, running as fast as he can, and out
Okay,
of
we're-
breath.
I'm not too good with these doors.
I'm
It's
gonna
fun.
follow. I'm gonna slide through like the last one I did.
So he guides you to a room full of paintings depicting cities throughout Taldore. This is all the fault of a stingy gnome named Scrooge. He alone has accumulated a massive chain of wrongdoing. If we somehow redeem him, we could turn the tables, allowing Old Man Winter to keep his rulership. Here! And he produces candy canes to hand each of you, an appointed green hat, a bag full of gummies, and his copy of A Ghost Story for Winter's Crest. Take these tools. Use the instructions in the book. Redeem the grumpy gnome and save Winter's Crest.
Okay.
Magonius, as you raise your hand, he pushes you through the painting that goes to Amon.
But I want to know if I could cast Fireball!
Is that where we're all going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just go.
Why did Old Man Winter become a big chocolate statue?
Krampus got impatient. He's gonna win if we don't fix it by dawn.
Oh, that's terrible.
I don't want to be an imp.
But you'd be so cute as an imp.
Are you saying I'm not cute now?
I think that was the implication, yes.
In the distance, you hear, "Not helping."
I'm just gonna jump in after Kaleri to avoid answering the question.
Yeah, I'm gonna just mutter. Yeah, I'll step in after Sharina, kind of muttering under my breath. It might not be so bad to see what this Krampus guy's all about.
Surprise. We just let Krampus win. We're like, eh, fuck that guy.
I'll step through.
Imps are cool, right, guys? We like, yeah.
So as you all step through, you see that you're on a street in Amon. A street that doesn't seem familiar, one that you've never been to before. It may not even be Amon. And as you look, it gets really hazy if you're not looking directly at this shop that says Scrooge and Marley on it.
Perhaps we should.
I'm gonna, flip open the copy of Ghosts of Christmas, or sorry, Winter's Crest. Yeah, and see what this first chapter has in it, in regards to Scrooge and Marley.
Luckily, the very first page has a summary. Kind of a Cliff's Notes, if you will.
Ah, good.
In the beginning, Scrooge McGoose is a stingy businessman that treats badly his clerk and the people around him. Then, the ghost of Scrooge's former business partner visits him wearing the chains that represent its evil deeds. It leaves Scrooge with the final warning that 3 other spirits will haunt him during the night. There's the ghost of Winter's Crest past. The first spirit visits Scrooge's memories, forcing him to contemplate his past and questioning the decisions that led him to be how he is. There's the ghost of Winter's Crest present, where the second spirit shows to Scrooge what is currently happening in the city, his nephew having a party and his employee enjoying a humble family dinner. Then there's the ghost of Winter's Crest future, where the last spirit scares Scrooge with visions of his possible future, his grave long forgotten and his soul claimed by the 9 hells. And in conclusion, Scrooge McGoose wakes up as a new bird, amending his life.
Are we supposed
Right.
to be those hauntings?
So,
I
a
just got
voice,
kicked through a painting. I have no idea.
the voice of Jam Jar rings through your head and says, "Well, first, you need to see how Scrooge is now. Use your Winter's Crest hats to turn invisible and learn all you can about him. And then when he goes to sleep tonight, you'll use your candy cane wand to go into his dreams that will be like the comic book." Man, I'm jealous.
Yeah, Megonius puts on his cap. He's excited.
Yeah. So does Kaleri.
As soon as you put the hat on, snow falls around you, and it's not like snow, it's like cartoon snowflakes that fall around you, shimmering, and you turn invisible.
Whee!
Man, these would be useful.
Can I keep these?
No.
Thank you.
This is a one shot. Get out of here.
Nothing remains.
The when my friends start to disappear as they put these hats on, I'm going to take 10 minutes and cast Detect Magic.
You detect no magic. Including on yourself or anywhere around you.
Are we standing there, or have we already gone inside?
Right now you're standing there, so if you're waiting for him, you're going to wait 10 minutes while invisible. As he stands outside
And we're
going,
all standing around. He
hey,
mutters, taps around in his
Yeah.
coat.
And eventually I will put my hat on. Do I see my friends once I do?
Yes.
That's not how this is supposed to work.
Do you not know how to wear a hat?
I do. I just trying to discern how this magic works. It's not normal.
So before putting on the hat, you don't see them. But as soon as you put on the hat, you see them.
Right. But if we were all invisible,
Gilmore doesn't let you out much if you can't wear a hat.
None of us would see each other if we were all invisible. It doesn't matter that I'm invisible and you're invisible. It's not just that like invisible people all see each other. That's
We're
not
all
how
wearing the
invisibility
same.
works.
We're wearing the same hat. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I wear the same outfit to work that my coworkers wear, and they don't like.
But is it magical?
I mean,
Maybe you should talk to
Gilmore
Gilmore
gave it to
about that.
me. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Well, we know that these are.
No,
And they're the same.
Actually, I know very much that they are not. There is an absence of magic. There's no magic happening right now. I'm concentrating, and there's no magic.
Maybe you don't have magic to be able to detect magic.
Maybe you're on the
Maybe
naughty
you should
list
look
now.
maybe you should look into one of those pacts and see.
Can I talk to you about the unicorn?
I hear good things about pacts. You know, a lot of people have those.
Because they are real, you see. That's what happens when you say that you don't believe in unicorns. The magic goes away.
Megonius, can you still do magic?
Would you like to see me try? I can cast a
Yes.
mighty fireball.
No!
No fireball, no!
Oh, you guys never let me have any fun. Fine, fine.
We did that
Go
one
try
time.
and cast.
We did that one time, and it was
That
great.
was fun. That was great. Truly what I'm best at. Okay. Prestidigitation.
What are you trying to prestidigitate?
Just little sparkles.
The sparkles come out and they're all red and green.
Ah! Fantastic! I didn't even intend for that. They're red and green. Anyway, let's go inside and see this Scrooge.
See, the hats probably are
let's,
magic.
use the hats and sneak our way into Scrooge's house.
I have to grab Simon, I think, by the arm because he's just standing there looking really, really, really kerfuffled.
The cold room
irritated by this hat.
was lit by a small fireplace, fed by a single coal at the end of the room. Sitting next to it was a hoary gnome in black clothes, counting coins at his desk. Closer to the front door and away from the fireplace was a human scribe working on some documents while trying to warm himself with a candle. He glanced at the clock inside the room from time to time.
Hey, that looks like me.
Do you know that scribe?
Do I know that scribe?
Give me a history check.
Good thing I'm great at history. Oh wait, actually I am. That is a flat 20.
So you think about it, and you think about, the scribes that you've grown up with, and you recall that this is Bob Cratchit, a father of many children that works for a moneylender named Ebenezer Scrooge. Now give me an insight check.
That is a 14.
None of that ever existed.
Strange. I seem to know this one as Bob Cratchit, as one of the scribes that I've worked with, and yet he does not exist in my mind. That is so weird.
No,
How intoxicating.
that is not how memories work.
Scrooge
I
looks at the
know!
door and says, "Who goes there?" And between you is a small gnome. "Merry Winter's Crest, Uncle Ebenezer." "Humbug," answered Scrooge. I know I invite you every year, but it would mean a lot to your sister if you joined us for Winter's Crest dinner this year. So much work to do. But it's Winter's Crest Eve. And why is Bob still working? I gave him tomorrow off, but he has to work until 9 p.m. tonight.
That's not nice.
Seems reasonable.
I was gonna say, this seems reasonable.
I mean, that
You can tell.
definitely feels normal.
Yeah.
Indeed, I work until 9.
What society we live in nowadays.
Capitalism.
When it's time to close for the day, Bob goes to Scrooge, and you note that 5 silver pieces are deposited into Bob's hand. And you, as a scribe, know that that is extremely low wages for as hard as this person works. And he exits the building, leaving the front door locked.
Is it possible to, like, sleight of hand a gold coin into his pocket on the way by?
There is! Go ahead and give me a
Super
sleight of
good.
hand check.
I'd like to give that a try, please.
One of 2 things mentioned in the module is how to affect it.
Oh,
That's a crit. So 26.
So, you easily slip him money without him knowing, and you feel as though it may impact things in the future. You get several visions as you go through the day. A priest comes begging for money, and Scrooge waves him off. Bob looks at his silver to buy a Winter's Crest dinner, notes the gold coin and eyes the turkey that Scrooge then buys because he was eyeing it, and he leaves with his scrawny goose instead. An old beggar approaches Scrooge, and Scrooge says, "You'd be better off not feeding off society." And Bob Cratchit gives him the gold coin that you slipped him. Following Scrooge to his home, you note that it is very utilitarian. It's dismal. He has a single candle. The fireplace has a single coal in it. It looks like nothing goes to waste, and he scrounges every penny. There's a dusty portrait depicting Scrooge alongside his former business partner, Marley. There's letters and a ring on an end table. The kitchen is bare except for what look to be donations. In the living room, old Scrooge sits with a can of cold soup, warming it one spoonful at a time next to the coal. And as he takes his candle and heads up to the bedroom, you note that the bed is the only luxury. The number of pillows is overwhelming, and the size of the bed is much larger than any little gnome needs. It seems that the only thing he enjoys is having a good sleep.
Well, let's just mess that on up for him, shall we?
All right, Magonius. This is where you can use Fireball.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Fantastic.
whoa, whoa! Wait. We're killing him?
No, just his bed.
That's how
Magonius-
people die.
Magonius casts Fireball with his candy cane wand as he sleeps.
The candy cane wand works in the dreams, and we're not yet in the dream.
Oh, I see. Then
Can I read the
Magonius
letters
waves
on
the
the end
wand
table?
like a fool.
Yes. The letters are from a gnome. Well, you wouldn't even know it's a gnome. A woman named Bella, and next to it is a engagement ring. But there's no indication of how or why the relationship ended. But the letter does appear to be tear stained, and looks like the ring has dust on it. As the adventurers pointed their wands towards the gnome while closing their eyes, suddenly they saw in their mind a spiral of white and red, followed by darkness. I need one of you to take the lead as the ghost of Winter's Crest Pass.
I'll do it.
Excellent. So, to give you a rundown mechanically how this works. You, as the ghost, can ask Scrooge questions about the scene that you are presented.
Okay.
Then any of you can use your candy cane wand to adjust the scene to make it either more like the comic, or you can adjust it in a way that you feel would change his overlaying flaws, which are he hates charity, he hates people, he hates Winter's Crest, he hates wasting money, and he hates people that don't work hard for their money.
Okay.
I mean, he hates paying his employees too, so it's weird. It's a weird attitude to have.
Work hard and be happy with what you get.
They felt warm sunshine kissing their cheeks. Dozens of children were playing with a muddy ball, while old Scrooge stood behind a tree watching them.
Why do you come here?
Old Scrooge stumbled after noticing them, and asked with a trembling voice, "Who and what are you?"
I am the ghost of Winter's Crest past, and I want to know why you're here.
Well, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I hid behind this tree, watching them play. I grew up in this orphanage, and they never really paid attention to myself or my sister until people showed interest in adopting a child, but we never got adopted, so I kind of had to look out for my little sister. Those kids always made fun of me for being a gnome.
Where is your sister?
Inside.
Why aren't you with her now?
I wanted to play ball.
Y'all can chime in too.
You can also modify the event. You have 12 charges of the wand between you.
Can I modify, or am I only questioning?
You can. Any of you can modify if you have an
Okay.
idea.
Okay.
We can do it 12 times in toto.
In total, yes.
Just
I'm gonna use the wand and I'm gonna make one of the balls the kids are playing with come roll to his feet.
Wouldn't you like to play with that ball?
So the ball rolls to his feet, and he smiles, and he kicks it back towards the other kids, who laugh and say, "There you are, Scrooge! Come play!"
Go play,
Well, there
buddy.
you go.
And the vision shimmers. And on a winter's crest eve afternoon, a young, hard-working Scrooge stored heavy sacks in a warehouse. A plump old man dressed in elegant clothes approached the gnome with a bottle of wine in his hands. "Faster, Scrooge, or I'll be late for the Winter's Crest Eve party."
Who is this man?
"That's my old boss, Mr. Fizzywig."
I'd be grumpy if I had that name too. Um,
Oh, he's not grumpy. He has a party to get to, and I remember this. I was so overworked, and he needed to finish the day so that I could lock up and he could go to his party. I was never invited.
do you have any other help, or is it just you?
Just me, but I work hard for every coin that I get.
Does he pay you well?
He pays me what I deserve.
But does he pay you what others would pay for this service?
That's a ridiculous question.
Why?
Pays me my wages, just like I pay Bob his wages.
If you went across town and did this same work for somebody, would they pay you that much?
There's not a Fizzywigs across town.
Did you want to go to this party?
They always seemed so festive.
Is that a problem?
No.
So would you want to go?
I was never invited.
That's not
I'd
the
like
question.
I'd like to use my candy cane and make like an invitation appear with Scrooge's name on it to this holiday party in his boss's hand.
So the boss looks down at the bottle of wine he's holding and realizes the invitation is still there. And he's, "Oh, Scrooge lad, did I never give you this?" And hands an invitation. And the vision shimmers and disappears. The characters then saw a beautiful red-haired gnome crying in front of a now adult Scrooge. "We were getting married this weekend." "You have to understand me, Bella. I will never have a job offer like this again," Scrooge answered. "You have replaced me with a golden idol in your heart," retorted Bella. "My love has no value to you anymore, so I'm leaving you," cried Bella. She then dropped an engagement ring on a scale and left the room. The adult Scrooge stayed perplexed, while the old one yelled at his younger self, "Move, you idiot! Go after her! Don't let her go!"
Was that your
It was good.
fiance?
It was good that she left. Allowed me to focus on business.
But did you love her?
It was good that she left. Give me an insight check.
Not good. Ooh, one.
He definitely thinks it was a good thing that they broke up.
Can I use my candy cane to make him feel feel the love for her more than the desire for the job?
Okay, so as she leaves the room, you notice that he's got that faraway gaze. It's almost as though you can hear his thoughts as he remembers all the good times he had with Bella. And as he's working, a little smile gets to the corner of his lips and he pushes himself to his feet. And you find yourself back in Scrooge's bedchamber, him sound asleep.
That was strange.
Very
Yeah, that was
interesting.
really weird.
That was a lot.
That
Did-
was
To
quite
start,
sad.
Did we
Scrooge
help?
wakes suddenly. Who's there? And he falls right back asleep.
Don't light the bed on fire. Don't burn anything yet.
Who
I
would
am
like
I'm
to
not
be
convinced we.
the
I'm not
ghost of
convinced we helped.
Winter's Crest present?
I'm voting for Meg. I want a Meg lead.
Then I shall take charge as a ghost of the present. Because without the present, we cannot have the past or future. I think.
So you point your candy cane wand at the form of Scrooge, and you materialize standing by a large oval dinner table. The nephew you saw previously was hosting a fancy Winter's Crest feast with his family and friends. The guests were laughing and having a great time as they shared the latest gossip in the city. He raises his wine glass. A toast to my Uncle Ebenezer, who always took care of my mother. Sadly, he won't be coming home tonight, but I'm hoping he'll come one night. And everyone around the table just kind of boos and hisses and doesn't raise their glass.
Well, that's quite mean of them, don't you think?
I don't need them. I have a business to run. I don't have time for such shenanigans.
Really? But it looks quite fun in there. Don't you know what fun is?
Earning money.
Hmm.
I'm going to use my wand and send a reminder and a memory to him of how much fun he had playing ball with those other kids.
Ooh.
Okay. So you target Scrooge with the wand and bring up the memory of the game. And as you do that, Fred says, "Hey everyone, would you like to play Humans and Houses?" And he pulls out books and sets them on the table and gets out small polyhedral rocks.
That's awesome.
And the form shimmers again. There's a thin layer of ice covered in the streets outside. And you're standing outside a dark alley. "Why did you bring me here, spirit?" he says, looking at Megonius with a trembling voice.
Well, I shall tell you.
And as you say that, the night is interrupted by a soft cry.
Oh, what's that? Do you hear it?
Looking down the alleyway, you see the beggar from before, his knees tucked up to his chest, shivering. The cold of winter biting into him. And he's holding the one singular gold coin. And the tears are frozen on his cheeks.
Poor chap. Wouldn't it be nice to help him?
No!
Why ever not?
He's a leech on society, taking good money out of the hands of people who work for it.
Really? You know this one's story quite well?
It's the same all over. The freeloaders taking the hard-earned money from those who work for it and deserve it.
But you don't even know his name!
Beggar.
Oh, come now. There must be a story behind it all. You just aren't looking hard enough.
And with that, I'm going to take my wand and I'm going to make this beggar's life from this moment forward happen and see him use that gold to buy himself a new set of shoes and go get a job and go better himself and have this whole story arc that this person does and become a person where he is now successful by the end of this vision and he's giving out money to other beggars.
Excellent. So this vision coalesces and it shows you that this beggar was actually a hardworking individual who lost their job for no fault of his own. And he had trouble finding work. But using that single gold coin, he was able to get back on his feet and, as you said, build himself up and show that how much charity means to the other less fortunate. Excellent. And the vision shimmers once more, and you see Scrooge's employee arriving at his home carrying a small goose that he bought earlier. His clustered, large family leaped of joy to greet him with a warm welcome. "Tell me, kids," said Bob with a smile on his face as he lifted the slim goose, "do we put the stuffing inside the goose or the goose inside the stuffing?" And the children laugh. They grab him with hugs as he reaches into his bag and pulls out small wrapped presents in burlap that he seemed to scrounge together with the meager silver that he had. And his wife pulls him inside and says, "Do you want to ruin Winter's Crest, dear?" "Why? It's his money that paid for the goose." "It's your money, darling, and well earned. He should be paying you more after all these years." "Well, Mr. Scrooge says we're going through rough times." And Scrooge looks over at Magonius and says, "We are going through rough times. The economy is down. Inflation is up."
Okay, and?
"I can't
That
afford
means-
to pay him more." And looking over in the corner, you see one of the children, his leg cursed with mummy rot.
Ooh.
Oh.
I want to use my wand and I want to give him the idea that he has something that he invests his money in that is unnecessary and could cover the cost of a raise.
So the vision doesn't change with that. You just get a smirk from Scrooge that says, "I don't waste a single penny." And you're back into the bedroom. And Scrooge wakes up again, sweating. And he pulls up his bedsheet, shivering, before he falls back asleep. And now I need a ghost of Winter's Crest future.
My vote is for Ashrina.
I'll go ahead and do it.
The adventurers arrived at a humble house, some gouges and saws on a work table. Told them that this was the house of a woodcarver. "Tell me, were the rumors true? Is he dead?" asked a woman to her husband, eager to know the answer. He took a deep breath like he was processing the news. "I just spoke to the undertaker. He is dead." "Gods forgive me, but thank you," she sighed, relieved. "Who are they talking about? Who died? Who are you?
Oh, I'm the ghost of the future. I think they're talking about you, bud.
Why are they happy that I'm dead? I don't even know these people. Wait a minute. I lent him money for this business, and all he paid me with was his lousy furniture. He never paid back his debts.
Why does money mean so much to you? Like, these people are happy you're dead because you were a dick. All for some money? Buddy,
How else do you afford things?
You don't get to take the money with you when you're dead.
Sure I do.
No, you don't. You die, and then you're dead.
And I will be buried with my fortune.
That's not how that works.
Yeah. No, I'll save that. Hold on. I'll save that thought.
Listen, you have a lot of money, right? Like, you have a significant amount of money.
Yes.
More money than you know what to do with. Why not do something good for somebody? And then maybe they won't be so excited that you're fucking dead.
You don't know they're talking about me.
I'll ghost wiggle over to these people. Who are you talking about?
They don't respond.
Begonius waves his
All right.
wand to make them say a name out loud.
Nice.
And the woman says, I can't believe it. Ebenezer Scrooge is dead. And the vision fades. And you find yourselves in Bob's house. What used to be a clustered yet warm place was now cold and almost empty. Bob walked into the house. Each step he took seemed heavy, heavier than the last. There were no gifts this time. No hugs. No kisses. No joy. In a dark corner of the room, there was a dusty cane without its owner. What's wrong with Bob?
Well,
Why are
context.
Emily's eyes all white?
My context clues say that they might have lost somebody.
That's no reason to be so glum. I lost my business partner and I turned it into a thriving business.
Did it not make you sad that your partner died?
I will pull out my wand at this point, and I will just kind of in his head, yeah, what about your sister?
Ooh.
And you put the thought of his sister in his head. His sister that recently passed away. He paid for her education. He paid for her upbringing, never asking for anything in return. The only acts of charity he's ever done. And the vision fades. And you find yourself back in Scrooge's bedroom. The gnome wakes up, jumps out of bed. He laughs and cries. He looks directly at you all, despite your invisibility. I will honor Winter's crest in my heart, and try to keep it all year. I will live in the past, present, and the future. The spirits of all three strive within me. And the gnome walked toward the
Slides his
window.
rapier back into his sheath.
Begonia's uncasts fireball.
He puts the back grotto away.
We had a backup plan for this, bud.
Walked towards the window and peeked out through it. He saw a kid below in the street and yelled, "What day is it?" Eh? Asked the startled kid.
I'm actually
What day is it, my dear child? Why, it's Winter's Crest. And you find yourselves going through the events that you changed. Scrooge goes to his nephew's house to enjoy the Winter's Crest dinner. The beggar survives and thrives and starts his own business. The act of kindness for Bob Cratchit allows him to go to a priest by the name of Tarlin and get a greater restoration to cure the mummy rot.
Tarlin can't cast
There's one thing I know about
restoration.
there's one thing I know about Tarlin is that he charges an arm and a leg to help people. What a fight master that guy is.
She doesn't have a leg to give.
Yeah.
And your vision fades as you're being transported back to Old Man Winter's cabin, and you hear Scrooge say that everyone in the city's debts are paid, and merry Winter's Crest. Then the adventurers heard some bells ringing, and the air suddenly began to smell like cinnamon. When they turned around, they saw in the middle of the street a red sleigh carried by 9 reindeer. Old Man Winter was in the vehicle and looked at them with a smile and flushed cheeks. Well done, my little helpers. You saved Winter's Crest. And
Do I have to
Tarlin-
keep a pact with you?
Tarlin laughs, hearing you say that out loud. Says, "That's just a story. There's no such thing as a pact with Old Man Winter."
I
Not
just
that
sit there
you
and
know
arch
of.
one eyebrow.
I hope you enjoyed that story. My mom told it to me when I was little, and I've always loved it. She always worked me into the story, and I thought it would be nice to work you guys into the story.
I certainly do feel worked.
Trina just looks at him like, excuse me?
So, Ashrina, are we moving to the book club in a little
man.
bit?
I think so. You know what
Okay.
would be really cool? I really like Tarlin's idea about, a retelling. What if we did a Tusk Love retelling?
I'm down. Absolutely.
I know this bard who would be a great narrator.
Okay.
Just note for the people at home, we're not streaming that one shot.
That's gonna be Shrina and Kaliri's podcast. We're gonna.
They do that over on Mixer. It's not. They don't
Yeah.
do that. It's against the terms of service here.
Tusk Love. Tusk Love. I think I read that book once. I did not understand it one bit.
Makes sense.
Huh.
I
Well,
It
believe
takes
it.
a second or a
Sounds
third
value.
reading.
as
Mhm.
as the group gathers back at the Bright Vagabond, Simon says, I made these for you all, and he has these pieces of wood that are actually carved into what look to be certificates, and they say one time only, 50% off any purchase under, and then in very small print, under $5,000 gold pieces. And he passes them out to everyone, including Tarlin, and he leaves 2 for Garrick and Sliver as well.
Damn. Damn,
There's your best
Simon.
friend.
So you do have a best friends discount.
Well, yeah. You know how when people tell you they're your best friend, but you don't believe them?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
You didn't believe me?
I didn't.
That wounds me.
I'm sorry. That's why I'm saying sorry. I didn't believe you because I really thought that you were just trying to get a discount.
The big
No.
question is, does your boss know that you're giving these out?
He approved it.
Okay.
Wow. I am very surprised. You know what, Simon? Can I have a hug?
Is this that awkward time, like when you asked me to go get a muffin?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I think it's just a hug.
sure.
And I'll give Simon a big hug.
He doesn't know how to take it, but he just kind of awkwardly gives us weird hug back.
We'll workshop that one.
Okay.
Simon, you should check your pockets.
Check under your chair.
100% you should check your pockets.
He starts checking his pockets.
Never take anything from my best
You,
friend.
you, yeah,
you
you
called
don't
me
have
your
to
best
check
friend and you
pockets
stole
with
my
the
cart.
Stole is a strong word. I obtained ownership by proxy.
Temporarily.
Rented indefinitely.
Borrowed indefinitely. Rented assumes payment. Let's be real.
Yeah, fair. Fair.
And I'm making upgrades to this cart with my own Gnome Depot card.
That's a point.
Do you know how much the interest is on a Gnome Depot card? It's like 30%.
You got ripped off.
Yeah.
It's those department stores, man. They really fuck you.
I mean, do you have bad credit or something? Because that can happen.
No, I don't have bad credit. I don't have any credit.
Oh.
There's the problem.
Oh, surely
Listen.
you have street credit.
And with that, I'd like to say thank you, everybody, for joining me for this holiday one shot. I would like to shout out Andre Leo, who wrote this adventure. I got it off DM's Guild. You can check it out. He also wrote the Pact of Old Carvis, because it's Carvis is what it is in Faerun. It is an actual subclass of Warlock, the Warlock of Old Carvis. If you're so inclined, it's holiday themed spells, less sinister and more magic. It was pretty cute. But all of those gnomes are those warlocks.
Nice.
That's cool.
And I hope everybody had a
Right.
great time, and we'll see you again on Friday.
All right, everybody. Happy
Yay.
holidays.
Merry Quimmy.
Merry Winter's Crest.
Happy Toyota.
Merry Chrysler.
Yes.
You know I sell